Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, the people perish. We got to have vision in solar. We must have a vision for the greater good, for what we want to accomplish. Otherwise, we're just spinning our wheels. So today we're going to be talking about how you can have a greater vision in solar, how you can craft your vision, why it's important. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Taylor Armstrong. We're here to help you close more deals, generate more leads and referrals, and have a much better time in the solar industry and also create a vision. Hey, hope you're doing awesome. We are free and available on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you can find your podcasts. Thank you for sharing the show. Thank you for leaving a review. That is the only price we ask for. So please do that if you have not already. And so I recently got done reading a book that I recommend to everyone that's in solar. It's called Core for Leadership. It's by Alec Nethercott. And spoiler alert, I actually just got done recording a podcast with him. It's going to be dropping the very next podcast, so make sure you tune in. But one of the core 4 attributes of leaders he talks about is vision. Right. The other 3 are character, ability. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at my notes. But yeah, he has 4 traits of leaders, and we have to master them all to be an effective leader. So they're vision, skill, action, and character. I look at the notes, remember them. So vision intrigued me the most, in character, just because we actually talk about this in the podcast that's coming up here. But if you think about it, skill and action, those are things that we can go out and do, right? But if you think of character and vision, those are things it's like a little bit less tangible. So how do you actually increase your ability? How do you increase your skill and vision? Okay, so it got me thinking. We had a discussion on it, but I'm going to share some more ideas with you today of how you can have a greater vision in solar. And whether you're leading or not, if you don't have this one key piece, if you don't have a vision, then I think you're not going to have success in solar at the end of the day. Doesn't matter if you don't want to be a leader. If you don't have a vision for yourself, for your future in solar, going to be very difficult to achieve your goals, to make the money you want to help the homeowners, to close the deals. Very, very, very tough. Okay, so I'm going to talk about 3 things that I think can help increase vision, and 3 things that I have done, that I've seen myself have a greater vision after doing these 3 things. Okay, and so the first one is just reading books, reading about people that are visionaries. Okay, and this again, Alec talks about this in his book, Core 4 Leadership. But readers are leaders, and reading is so important to not only increase in skill and increase in mindset, but also vision. And specifically in this case, when it comes to vision, I think reading about people that have done amazing things. And this is something I took away from the book, because for me, I read self-development books. I read sales books, but very rarely do I go read about other, kind of like biography type books. So I think it's really cool to read about people that have had massive visions. Recently I read, I guess the most recent example I personally read was a book about Larry H. Miller. He was the first owner of the Utah Jazz. And now that I think of it, this guy had incredible vision. He went out, barely enough money to do anything, bought the Jazz, and people said it couldn't be done. Utah was a terrible market for an NBA team. And just with his vision, just with his drive, he made it so the Jazz are staying in Utah pretty much forever at this point. And, a lot of other details of that story. But go read about people that have a massive vision, right? Another book that I'm going to start reading soon that Alec recommends in his book is just the biography about Elon Musk, right? You think about people like that, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, these people that are billionaires. Most of these people, they have insanely huge visions. right? And if you think of our problems compared to theirs, it's like he's trying to go to Mars right now, and we're complaining about not getting paid on time, about installer not getting the deal in fast enough, right? We all got problems, but how big are your problems, right? I think those correlate with how big the vision is. So that's the first point. Just go read about these visionary people, and then look for books that can help also expand your vision. A few other recommendations I would have are, let's see. Yeah, the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Great book for vision. Man's Search for Meaning. Actually, about halfway through that right now. Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins. Magic of Thinking Big. This is another recommendation by Alec in his book, which I haven't read yet. The other ones I have. But yeah, look for books that can expand that vision, and I believe it'll make it way easier to think bigger. Okay, number 2 is, when it comes to solar, just have the belief in solar yourself. Okay, so a few things. If you have a home, go solar yourself, right? If you don't have the ability, if you're renting, whatever, then talk to people that you've helped, or talk to customers that maybe your coworkers, maybe other people on your team have helped, and just get like real life examples, real life testimonials from them. Because one of the biggest killers in solar, and one of the biggest reasons people fail, is because they don't have belief in their product, and they don't have the vision for what solar can be, for what our industry can do. And I've seen, I brought on personal friends where they just don't really believe that much in solar, and they don't have success. Okay, so have that vision for yourself. And this is, I think, speaking more if you are selling the product, right? Just have that belief. This is one of the rules in Grant Cardone's Closer Survival Guide. One of the biggest takeaways I got from that book is just have that belief, and you'll make it pretty far. You'll close a lot more deals if you have an extreme belief. Okay, he talks about being sell or be sold. Right? Does your belief give you the ability to push people over the edge when they don't have the belief themselves? Right? So it's transfer emotions, have the belief, have the vision for your products. And yeah, I don't know what people are doing. If you don't have solar yourself and you have a home, then I don't know how you're selling these things. Okay, so make sure you have the product yourself if it's possible. Okay, and then number 3, last but not least, is just go to live events. And podcasts help. Hopefully, listening to this podcast helps you have a bigger vision. I think we bring on some amazing guests that help expand the mindset, expand the vision. But if you can get around some of these people in live events, that's where I think I've seen myself think bigger than probably anything else. Hey, when I get around guys like Mike O'Donnell, Ricardo Ritchie, that these guys we've had on the podcast that close insane amounts of deals. We got Door-to-Door Con, SolarCon coming up. They have the Golden Door Award, where you see guys that just close like an unfathomable amount of deals. So go to events like these, and you can see what other people are doing, what they're thinking. And a lot of times we think that we're thinking big, but as we go to these events, we're like, man, some of these people are thinking so much bigger than we are. So I would definitely recommend getting to live events when you can. And speaking of Door-to-Door Con and SolarCon, they're right around the corner. And we actually have an exclusive Solarpreneur discount. So if you would like to join us at those events, we will post the code, the coupons in the show notes. And right now, I think they have a bigger discount. Make sure you get it as soon as, especially Door-to-Door Con. That one's right around the corner in about a month. So the discount is bigger right now. So take advantage of it. Go grab your tickets, and probably, if we get enough interest, probably do a little hangout. Possibly another event. I did one last year, our referral boot camp. So we'll see. Hit me up if you're going to these events, and use our coupon codes. But yeah, make sure you get to events like this. This will help you have an increased vision in solar, and have a lot more success than you would otherwise. So those are the 3 things that I would recommend, and we're going to talk a lot more on this topic of vision and on the other core 4 principles of leadership in the next podcast with Alec. So make sure you tune in. Recorded that podcast actually just a few hours before the time of this recording, and just incredible. I think it's like should be a must read for anyone trying to get into leadership or anyone that wants to become a better leader in solar. So make sure you don't miss out on that one coming up on the next podcast. Okay, and for now, the 3 things that I think you can do today: start increasing the vision. Make sure you become a reader. Read about other visionaries. Number 2, speaking of solar, get solar yourself. Talk to your customers that have had it for a while, and just see how it's affected them. Hopefully they've had good experiences. Okay, because if not, then it might be tough to get a good vision from that. And then number 3, go to live events. All right, so go grab your tickets to these upcoming door-to-door con, SolarCon. We'll see you there. Thanks for tuning in on the episode today. Hope you crush lots of deals this week and the rest of this year, depending on when you're listening to this. And we'll see you on the next podcast. Peace out.